Chapter 11. Floating Crystals and Memory Fragments. Mu and Lin Feng continued their journey in the mysterious space. The colorful lights around them still flowed in a dream-like manner, as if weaving mysterious dreams. After walking for a long time, an open area appeared ahead. Above this open space, countless crystals emitting a soft glow were floating. These crystals came in various shapes. Some were as round as brilliant stars, some were as angular as sharp swords, and some were as delicate as blooming flowers. Each crystal emitted a unique spiritual power fluctuation, and these spiritual powers intertwined to form a wonderful and complex spiritual power field. Mu and Lin Feng were deeply attracted by the scene in front of them and couldn't help but walk towards the floating crystals. When they got closer, Mu noticed that some vague images seemed to emerge on one of the crystals. Out of curiosity, he reached out and gently touched that crystal. The moment he touched the crystal, a dazzling light burst out from it, enveloping Mu. Seeing this, Lin Feng wanted to rush forward and pull Mu back, but found that a powerful force blocked him from approaching. In the light, Mu saw some shocking scenes. It was an ancient war that took place in the spirit fantasy realm. Dark clouds gathered in the sky, thunder and lightning flashed, and powerful cultivators engaged in a fierce battle in the air. All kinds of powerful spiritual power spells bloomed wantonly, and the light illuminated the entire sky. On the ground, mountains and rivers were broken, and countless spiritual beasts and humans struggled to survive in this war. In the center of the war, there was a mysterious, powerful figure in a white robe. He held a sword emitting a divine light in his hand. Every time he swung it, he could release earth-shattering power. However, even such a powerful person seemed a bit overwhelmed in this war. As the images advanced, Mu saw some strange scenes. A group of mysterious people were busy in a huge spiritual power formation, seemingly carrying out some kind of forbidden ritual. This ritual seemed to be closely related to the spiritual power balance of the spirit fantasy realm. Once it failed, it might trigger the collapse of the spirit fantasy realm. Suddenly, the scene changed, and Mu saw the back mountain of Linxi town. The terrain of the back mountain was slightly different from what he knew. In a hidden valley, a huge spiritual power teleportation gate appeared. The teleportation gate emitted a powerful light, and mysterious power kept surging out of it. Before Mu could see more details, the crystals suddenly trembled violently, and then with a bang, it shattered. The light disappeared, and Mu fell heavily to the ground. Lin Feng rushed over immediately, helped Mu up, and asked anxiously, "Mu, how are you? What did you see?" Sumu's face was pale, and he gasped for breath, saying, I saw an ancient war in the spirit fantasy realm, some mysterious rituals, and a spiritual power teleportation gate in the back mountain. All of this seems to be connected somehow, but I don't quite understand yet. After hearing this, Lin Feng frowned and said, "It seems that we're getting closer to the secrets of the back mountain, but these secrets seem to hide a huge crisis." Mu nodded and said, "Yes, we must continue to explore and figure all this out. Maybe it's related to everything we've encountered before." The two stood up and looked at the crystals that were still floating in the air, their hearts filled with doubts and curiosity. They knew that these crystals might still hide more secrets waiting for them to uncover. "Let's take a look at the other crystals. Maybe we can find more clues," Mu said, determination showing in his eyes. Lin Feng nodded, and the two walked towards the floating crystals again. However, when they approached the other crystals, they found that these crystals no longer released memory fragments like the previous one. No matter how they tried, the crystals remained unresponsive. "It seems that only that crystal had special information," Lin Feng said disappointedly. Mu didn't give up. He carefully observed the surrounding crystals, trying to find some other clues. Suddenly, he noticed that the arrangement of the crystals seemed to follow some pattern, which had a subtle similarity to the markings on the cave wall and the runes in the spiritual spring that he had seen before. "Lin Feng, look at the arrangement of these crystals. Doesn't it seem a bit like those markings and runes we saw before?" Mu said. Lin Feng observed carefully for a while and said, "It really does. Could there be some secret hidden in this?" Mu fell into deep thought. He tried hard to recall all the clues he had seen before, trying to connect them. Suddenly, a flash of inspiration hit him, and he seemed to have grasped something crucial. "I think I might know what to do next," Mu said, his eyes shining with excitement.